After he tried to cuddle me like a teddy bear. Now my school thinks I'm a monster. It all started at the beginning of the semester when I, Jenna Thompson, was just trying to survive high school. And by survive, I mean pass all my classes without anyone thinking I was weird, which is already a hard task when your hair looks like a confused tumbleweed. I've known Billy McFadden since middle school. He's got this quirky thing where he's obsessed with being everyone's personal therapist, but in a way that's not cool. It's not like he gives life advice or anything. No, instead, he likes to give unsolicited hugs, like really unsolicited. And yes, I know, hugs are nice, but not when you're forced into one like a poor, confused cat in a bath. So one day, during lunch, I was sitting by myself in the cafeteria trying to enjoy my dry turkey sandwich, which I'm pretty sure was a brick masquerading as food, when Billy shuffled over like an overexcited puppy. He plopped down beside me, all smiles, then without warning, wrapped his arms around me and started humming the I Will Survive anthem in my ear. Now, don't get me wrong, I love that song, but when you're trying to eat and someone's making you a human pillow, it's just not the right time. Billy, I screamed, trying to push him off. What are you doing? Billy, who has this unshakable sense of optimism, just grinned even harder, his eyes sparkling like he'd just found a treasure chest filled with marshmallows. I'm giving you a hug. You look like you need it, Jenna. I'm just being kind, he said, hugging me tighter like he was determined to become my human blanket. The thing is, Billy is one of those kids who doesn't get the hint, not a subtle bone in his body. He could be hitting you with a neon sign that says stop, and he'd still think you're just playing hard to get. After a couple of minutes of this extreme snuggle fest, my body decided it had had enough. I don't know if it was the sheer awkwardness or the fact that my ribs were now fully compressed, but I snapped. I turned, locked eyes with Billy, and, without thinking, punched him in the shoulder. Not hard enough to cause permanent damage, but just enough for him to release me like I was the last slice of pizza at a party. Billy, looking totally stunned, sat back with wide eyes. Jenna, that was uncalled for. I just wanted to be friends. Now, in a fair world, Billy would have seen the comedy in the situation, apologized, and maybe we'd have a good laugh about it. Instead, Billy burst into tears. Full-on waterworks. He started telling everyone that I was bullying him because he was just trying to be friendly. It was like I had kicked a puppy in front of an entire kindergarten class. Fast forward to the next day, and suddenly, I'm the villain. My classmates started giving me weird looks, and I overheard whispers in the hall like, Jenna punched Billy? What's wrong with her? He's just trying to be nice. The next thing I knew, the school was having an all-hands-on-deck meeting about bullying, with my name written in giant letters at the top of the agenda. Billy, of course, was the golden child. His parents donated a bunch of money to the school, and his mom was on the PTA. If there was one thing high school understood, it was who had the cash flow and who didn't. My poor punch had turned into the talk of the school, and I was being cast as a heartless monster who hated friendship. Meanwhile, Billy was serenaded as the misunderstood, lovable kid who just wanted a friend. Things got worse when I started getting messages from my classmates. Jenna, you're horrible. Billy just wanted a hug, you jerk. And my personal favorite, are you going to punch me too if I try to sit with you? I tried to explain that it was one hug and that it wasn't like I had a personal vendetta against Billy or anything. But my reasoning was about as effective as trying to explain quantum physics to a goldfish. In the end, my best friend Sarah told me, Jenna, we need to take this public, like a YouTube video or something. At least make them laugh about it. So I did. I took to social media and told the world about the great teddy bear hug incident, how I had become a victim of an overzealous bear hugger, and how I had no choice but to defend my personal space with the mighty power of a quick jab to the shoulder. It didn't take long for my video to go viral, and soon I was getting messages from people all over the country, laughing at how absurd the situation was. I even started to gain some support from people who said they, too, had experienced unwanted human pillows and could relate. Eventually, the school backed off. Billy's mom had to send an apology, but it wasn't sincere. It was more like a sorry, not sorry situation. I did end up in a couple of detentions for making light of serious issues, but at least I didn't have to sit through Billy's free hugs anymore. And as for Billy, I punched my classmate after he tried to cuddle me like a teddy bear. Now my school thinks I'm a monster. It all started